Well, here we are again. Finally got all the studs beat in. It's a little bit after 3 o'clock. It took me about 3.5 hours. Whew, I'm tired. Anyway, now you can see the kind of mess I got left. I got compound and all the bolts and everything like that there. Of course, it's all got to come off, and it will. I don't want anybody thinking it's going to be left on there so that the wheels will loosen up when we're going down the road and all that crap. Safety is a big issue with me. If I'm unsure of anything, well, I'm open to suggestions, you know. So what I'm going to do now is take my dirtiest rags I got, just to get the majority of the compound off. Or I call it compound. I don't know why I keep calling it that. It's a lubricant. Anyway, I want to get most of it off, because then that way there it's going to be easier to clean it. And what I clean it with first is diesel fuel. And because diesel fuel don't stink, and it's a little bit safer than using gasoline or anything, water would clean it, but this is the extreme. I mean, these studs are bad. Now I'm going to use the portable sink to clean off the residue that doesn't come off with the fuel oil, diesel fuel. But and that'll make the studs nice and clean, the way everybody wants them to be, so that there's no lubricant on them or nothing like that when I put the wheels on for torquing and everything. Okay, so I think I got the majority of the grease off. You're going to miss things here a little bit, but when you start cleaning it the way I do, you're going to have a better chance of getting it all. So I got me a little empty container here of used to be a coffee thing, and I got a 5-gallon bucket underneath it so it don't go all over your floor, make a mess. And just using a regular brush that you get at home, Harbor Freight, to clean chips. I guess they call it a chip brush. You can use any kind of brush, really, a paintbrush or whatever. But you got to be careful though, you don't get it all over you. And try to get some of it right into the hole where the clearance is in there. And just take your time. And it's gonna dribble all over and everything like that. It's gonna be a heck of a mess. That's why I say don't wear good clothes, don't wear your good jeans, good shoes. Wear safety glasses and gloves, and rotate this around a little bit. It's easier to rotate it around to work on. My butt is still, my arms are sore. My butt is sore from for that damn gun. Boy, it'll wear you down, especially when you're as old as what I am. So you can see the threads just cleaning all up nice, you know. Now that lubricant, anti-seize compound, is some wicked stuff. Water won't penetrate it. Just plain water. So you got to improvise a little bit when you're doing a project like this here. You can get regular parts cleaner for this here. Remember, stuff it into those holes there a little bit, because you're going to blow in there and try to get as much of it out as you can so it doesn't seep out after a period of time and make you think you got a bearing gone, or I mean a seal. But by using it when we assembled it, it made it much easier to drive in. I mean, pull in with the gun, and you didn't overwork your tool, and you overworked your own body holding the tool there. But that's beside the point. Anyway, so let's see here. Like I said, make sure to push it in there with your brush. You can use a squirt gun. I just didn't. I mean, a spray bottle if you wanted to, but it makes a heck of a mess, and you don't have to. This is getting it in there. Make sure to keep your brake shoes, keep them covered. Like I said, got the yellow towel over the top of them. This is just to keep any overspray, like what I'm doing here right now, from getting in. And I'm going to use my blower a little bit too. And I just don't want to get any of it on the brake shoes. And of course, I painted these real quick, and I don't care if the paint comes off. I don't make a rat's butt to me. I'm just trying to. If I let it dry, probably it wouldn't have came off. But I didn't want to take the time because I got too much to do here. So I don't really care. Anyway, it'll be nice and clean when we go to put the wheel on. The studs are in there nice and straight, nice and square. They're hitting in the backs all the way around. I don't want to get this on my pants here. And I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. Now, I won't never get the chance to enjoy all the fruits of my labor that I put into this thing. And I'm not sure, how much time I've got left, to be honest with you. None of us do. But I've enjoyed doing what I'm doing, trying to do it right, as if I'm going to live to be another 40 years older. And I know I'm not. But I'm also enjoying helping anybody, such as myself, when I just started 20 years ago, didn't know nothing. So if I can help you, then it was worth all the effort of what I'm doing here. And I want to encourage you to try and take and do that project like this here. Now, I'm going to just wipe them off again with a, I should have used a dirty towel. Well, I use my good towels. Yeah, so I don't blow all over the place and everything when you go to blow it off, and wash it again. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is use my portable sink water with the Dawn soap, the 4 times stronger Dawn soap. And that'll break this down. You see how nice and clean those studs look? Don't like there's any wear or anything on those stud threads, because you lubricated the hell out of them. There was no friction there, or very little friction. By lubricating it the way I did when I was assembling it and disassembling it, did a lot of good for it. There was no damage being done. And now I'm just going to let this sit on there for a minute. Put a little bit in the hole too. There you go. Just let this oh shit, I forgot to shake it up there. There we go. A little bit more all the way around. Now wipe the threads with a little bit cleaner rag probably. You don't have to. Those threads look nice. And you don't have stuff all over the floor. You might have to jack up the wheel to get it high enough to get a 5-gallon bucket under it. But big deal. And take that same rag with your air nozzle and start on the hole of the leak here. I know I hate that. Now put your rag over it and try to squirt right inside one of the holes all the way around if you can. Blow the stud off. See how nice that looks? And you're getting most of the stuff out of the inside of the clearance hole there too. So I won't bore you to death and watch me finish cleaning the rest and blow it all off and everything, but you can see what I've done. I'm going to wipe it all down good. Then I'm going to check it on the internet, because I'm not sure what the level of the oil is supposed to be inside my cup here. I think it's supposed to be somewhere just about below the center in the middle there, but I got to find out from guys with more experience than me. And I'm pretty sure too you fill it with this hole, this plug here, and so you probably put it down right about the middle there, so that, no, I guess not, because that's much higher than right here. So that's what I say. I got to go find out. That's something I'd be guessing at. So I got to find out for myself how much gear oil I should put in here. I fill the cavity between the two bearings after I pack the bearings. Oh, I got to tell you, tomorrow you're going to see me put the other side together. But tomorrow I'm putting the bearings and everything back inside the hub. Whereas this one here, I damaged the other one. I damaged the seal. I had to replace it. I just got brand new ones just this afternoon. So I didn't damage this one here when I took it off. It's a bugger. That thing is heavy, and it's in there really tight. And all depends on how long it's been inside. How hard it's going to be to get it off. So anyway, the other side, I'll get into it more when we get on the other side, rather than just try and explain now. I just want to tell you that this side has been off. I've repacked the bearings, I put it back on, I filled the cavity between the bearings, I filled it up with oil right up until it was starting to run out. I say oil, I meant gear oil. And it started coming out where the bearings are. So now I'm pretty sure there's got to be oil in this cap to like let it go around and slotch in the bearings at all times, rather than just that little bit of oil that's in the cavity, because there's no way of getting it out of that cavity. But you've got to have the cavity for a volume of oil inside of the wheel here. So anyway, this is where it stands, this is what it looks like, and you'll see me tomorrow what I'm doing over there, okay, on the other side. Thank you for watching.